Great. So this is leadership and management, and basically I would want us to revise, look at a few areas here and there from our papers, and basically this will be your class. It's not my class. This should be your class. You guys should be able to give me most of the answers here. You know, leadership and management, these guys here could test you from whichever corner, and you need really to be sharp. To be sharp and, of course, be able to remember most of the concepts that we learned here. And at times, in this case, you'll be asked things ambazo haukufunzwa kwa darasa. Don't start, in this case here, looking for scapegoats. You have to pass. Either way, we must pass. Like in May 2014, go to May 2014, question number 4, boy. May 2014, question number 4, boy. Do we have these past papers? Even if you don't have them, these are things we can easily read, and you write there. Part B, using a well-labeled diagram. Using a well-labeled diagram, analyze the Blake and the Moulton managerial grid. What we call the Blake's grid. The Blake, make it simple, the Blake's management or managerial grid. The Blake's managerial grid. Is there anybody who is able to remember this grid? Is there anybody who is able to remember this grid? Is there anybody who can remind us? Is there anybody who has ever heard of this grid? Is there anybody who has ever heard of this grid? So remember, you've got two axes. It's a grid, it's a graph, it's a graph. We have in this case here, concern for who? For the tasks. Concern for the tasks, or basically the task there, concern for the task. Let me just write here. Concern for the task. And then we have here concern for people, concern for people, concern for people, concern for people. If you wish, you can even put like a proper graph if you wish, but you don't have to do this. So of course we have 0 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, up to 9 or 10. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, right? So of course we'll be having various here, like now we have this manager who operates at this particular quadrant, this particular, in this case here, point there. We have another manager, ladies and gentlemen, for example, who is at here, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, right, right. So please let me know whether you guys have been able to write up to here. Let me know whether you guys have been able to write up to there. Yes. And then, of course, we have another manager who operates here. Task-wise, 9, but team or other people skills, almost 0. Right? And then, of course, we have this other guy who operates here at 9 versus 1, 9 versus 1. And then we have the middle guy, 5, 5, middle guy, 5, 5, like that. So I'll call this manager who is here at A, manager who is there is B, manager who is there is C, manager who is here is D, and then manager who is there is E. So manager A ni nani? ana exhibit characteristic gani? Huyu ndio tunamuita impoverished style. So A is the impoverished style. Let me try to zoom out or rather zoom in my camera for me to get a space to write. I hope that is still clear. Yes. So we have our A guy. Our A guy here is basically the one we call the one who exercises A. A is impoverished, 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 impoverished style. That is A. Yani manager A has got no concern for people, no concern for people, no concern for task. This is a bad style of a manager. Unle manager ukimpatia, for example, like the project management tasks, like module, like what we call the Jira. Ye ukiona manager tasks zake zote ziko late, right? Na ujamaa hata hana any concern for what here for the employees. So this is a very poor type of what here, a manager, very poor type of a manager. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, managers in this case here who are at B. So B are good managers, but good for nothing, because we call them country club managers. Country club style. Kama ile ya golf, the yes man. You'd want in this case here, people, your employees to say you are very good, simply because your people, your concern for people is so high up there. But task-wise, almost zero. Task-wise, almost zero. Is that good really for management? Is that good for management? Is that good for management? If you want to become that kind of a manager who is not hated at all, a manager who is loved by everyone, as they say, you go and start selling what here? Ice cream. Otherwise, you will not make things move in the organization. You will not make things move in the organization. That is B. And then we have got C. C, of course, if you guys remember, these are the middle of the road. Middle of the road style. Middle of the road style managers. Middle of the road style managers. Their concern for tasks is 50%. Their concern in this case here for people is what here? 50%. Half. That's what you write. You can see here the concern for task is 50%. Concern for people is what here? Is 50%. And then you've got D. D, this guy is the task style. D is the task focus style. Task focus style. The task focus style. So here I'm only concerned in moving my tasks ahead. I want my projects here to end. I'm not concerned in this case here with the welfare of the employees. Do you think in this case here, without, ladies and gentlemen, involving these employees, without introducing this concept of participatory style, do you think in this case here, your tasks really will be moving, progressing on very well? If you're using this style, D. Remember D, you can see the people here is 1, almost 0. You're not looking at the people perspective. No, you will not be able, ladies and gentlemen, in this case, you will not be able to move at all. Your task, people will always find a way of undercutting you, right? The very best, ladies and gentlemen, is E. E, in this case here, you are a task person. And at the end of the day, you are a people person. E. Is there somebody who can remember this style E? E. Style E, what do we have there? Style E, is there somebody who can remember style E? Now I am happy because I can see we are 30 participants. Yes, it is team. The team management style, or basically the team style. It's not about yourself. It's not about yourself alone. This is the team style or team management style. right? And that way, of course, team management style is the optimal because your tasks will be done, and then at the end of the day, you're also having a concern for what here? Your team, concern for your people, Great. Now, for those of you guys who are managers at the workplace, where do you fall? Do you fall at A or E? A or E? A or E? A or E? Ladies and gentlemen, you are up here. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, work has to be done, and we must care for the people who are behind, in this case here, these good tasks. Na ukiangalia hapo juu, walituuliza distinguish between vrooms and the Porter's motivational theories. Unajua mmeshaandika hii wanasema vrooms expectancy theory, and then we have Porter and Lola, like this, Lola's motivational theories, very easy. And some of these things sink in very well. Wakati mtihani imekaribia, utazishika, unakuwa ukilia tu hapa bure. Mtihani ikaribia, hii 1 week, utashika vitu mingi sana. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, Vroom's expectancy motivational theory. These are the motivational theory. Vroom, in this case, even as the name inasema ni kama ile gari na guruma. Here you are not concerned with money. It's not money that makes you move. It's about value of your work. So like now here, really, I'm not waking up very early in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not waking up very early in the morning here because of the money that you gave me. If I was to charge you fair value, I'm so sure I'll ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to pay me, each one of you has to pay me more than 20,000 for one subject, right? But we only asked you for 3,500. It's not a bad money, but at the end of the day, it's really about my inner drive. What do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? That's what we call vroom. As opposed to Porter's, of course, in this case, this guy is very much money-oriented. So in this case, it's money that will make this guy work so hard. This one is all about what is the output. Like myself, I'm so happy. Like the other day, I went, which county was this? Some county, unakutana na wanafunzi kama wanafunzi watano, accountants, right? Machakos, yes, accountants, like 5 of them, wanasema ulitufunza hapa. Mwingine ulitufunza Vision, mwingine ulitufunza Daystar University. It is 5 of them. That is what moves me. So in this case here, Vrooms is not about money. So mention there very fast. So in this case here, according to Vroom, we consider the goal. So employees are more motivated, by what they achieve, So in this case here, to them, it's not really about money. It's about output. But we see at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, Michelangelo was a very famous painter in the US. This guy alikuwa anafanya kazi ya kupaint too. But this guy was so good at his work. Whatever he did, we are able to mention, in this case, and of course, people go to view his paintings about 300, 400 years down the line. So he was given a very humble job, but he did it to his best. So at the end of the day, hata kama ni output based, at the end of the day, you will be able to celebrate, right? So in this case here, your job will be able to give you returns in the future, but you're not looking at returns when you're doing this at the moment. So according to Porter's, ladies and gentlemen, according to Porter's, In this case here, their motivation, employees motivation here. Employees, I want to summarize, employees motivation depends on the value of the reward. Depends on the value of the reward to be received. The value of the reward to be done what here? To be received. So whatever amount of energy that you would want me to put into this particular thing, whatever amount of energy I'll be putting in will be commensurate to the amount of, for example, reward, the amount of money that I will receive. So here, basically, the energy is directly related to the reward that I will receive. Now, for those of you who are employed, which model, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here works out for you between the two? Is it the rooms, where in this case here you simply move ahead with the work? The payment you receive notwithstanding, right? Even amesema mwalimu tuache mambo mengi, sisi tuko kwa potters. Clement pia amesema tuko kwa potters. Ataki mambo mengi, sisi tuko kwa potters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at November 2015, question number 2, boy. So ambayo inarudiwa zaidi, November 2015, question number 2, boy. November 2015, question number 2, boy. November 2015, question number 2, boy. Najua tamuna hii maswali. So ilikuwa inauliza, discuss the importance of management in an organization. Discuss the importance of management in an organization. Discuss the importance of management in an organization. These points should come from you, all of them, and there are so many. There are more than 10. There are more than 10. Importance of management in an organization. That organization that has got serious managers. Right? Importance of management in an organization. Yes. Now they have started coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, in this case here, any organization that has got serious managers, of course, will have an innovative workforce. Workforce. Why? In this case here, we encourage what here? We encourage initiatives. We encourage initiatives. Thank you very much. Efficiency. High levels of efficiency in terms of productivity, in terms of administration. Yes, we have optimal allocation of resources. Hautapata vitu zikiwa optimal allocation of resources. Hautapata vitu zikiwa namna gani? Ziko misused. Optimal allocation of resources. Yes, reduces labor turnover. So in this case here, reduced labor turnover. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment unaweza kupata kwa organization yenu, LTO, labor turnover ikianza kuzidi kitu 15% per annum, ujue hapo kuna problem. Number 5, ladies and gentlemen, we have the concept of what here? Yes, in this case here, we have optimal decision making. So in this case here, we shall be able to choose proper alternatives, better alternatives quite easily and quickly, right? Improved reputation. Unajua kuna mtu ukisikia manager fulani ameenda kampuni fulani, unajua straight away that company's management, of course, will be high up there. And of course, in this case, the reputation of the company inakuwa mzuri. Kuna wengine wakienda hata ukisikia ni governor ameenda amechukua mahali fulani, inakuwa international what here? Disaster. Yes, enhances growth and expansion. I can take that as a different point. When we have effective management, of course, our company will grow. Our company will grow. Why? Because of what here? Having managers who really know where this organization is supposed to be going. And I'm not seeing anybody talking of what here? Concept of, yes, strategic. So in this case here, the farm will be, because the farm is being run strategically, then we shall grow. So growth. I like this concept of dynamic organization, an organization that is able to thrive regardless of the situation, an organization that keeps on doing what you're changing, quite similar to innovation, right? I like the concept of what here, synergy. Employees in this case here feel that they need to work as a team. They need to work as a team, and the moment they work as a team, of course, 1 + 1 becomes 3. 1 + 1 becomes 3. We have Vincent Sang talking of minimization of what here? Wastage, which is very good, very good. So thank you very much. And we can now go to another question there, which is September 2015. September 2015, question number 2A. Question number 2A, explain the universality of the management concept. Universality of management concept. I like what Felix is telling us there. Felix is telling us that whenever we have effective management, then even employees' personal goals will be met. That is very true, which of course works quite closely with this concept of what here? A motivated workforce. A motivated workforce. A motivated workforce. You can imagine wewe kama unaenda hata leo unaenda kazini leo. Unaenda kazini unakuta managers ni kuitana kwa tukona, anakuambia wewe kuja tuongee. Kitu ambacho unafikiria ni kitu kidogo. How do we make, I mean, that thing really demotivates you. Because you know, at the end of the day, whenever there are that kind of interests which are conflicting, interest of individual, senior management, and the company, at the end of the day, the company will lose. Employees will not be motivated at all, right? Many employees would always want companies where management is very effective and thinking of how do we drive the agenda of the company. Those are the kind of managers we want. Attacking managers who at the age, you know, they are stupid managers. You get somebody in this case here who is older than me, or somebody, for example, is around this more than 50 years. Lakini hajajua kwamba this thing here, hii kitu hii, is of course vanity. Kama hujajua hiyo, unajua kuna problem. So nakuta bado watu wanaenda kwenda kuongea kuhusu kuiba 20 million. Fine, umeshaiba 20 million. Kutoka hapa itakupeleka wapi? Right? Look at in this case here, the generation you are killing. So ukishatembea na Prado kubwa, sasa itakupeleka wapi? Itakupeleka wapi? Right? Umejenga nyumba ya bedroom 15. Can you sleep in 2 bedrooms at a time? You don't need a lot of, ladies and gentlemen, wealth for you to be able to live a good life. Trust you me. You just need what is enough to enable you meet your basic needs. So kama kuna mwanafunzi hapa anafikiria kwenda kuiba 10 million leo, please wacha. Maisha ni ile tu. Maisha ni ile. Great. So explain the universality of the management concept. September 2015. Yes. September 2015. Question number 2A. Universality of the management concept. Universality of management concept. Ngoja kusikia kutoka kwenu, ladies and gentlemen, is management a universal subject? Unavile Penina anasema similarity of functions and the principles of management. Right? Go to organization A, you will get them talking about planning, organizing, controlling. I like that. Similarity of functions, similarity of functions and the principles of management. Dash, they are what here? Universal. They are universal. I like that. Which is a concept, which is the same as what Carol is telling us here. Management concepts are applicable in all organizations. in all organizations. Thank you very much. I'm waiting to hear from you. Universality of management concepts. Hii mnajua sana. Your concept here, pervasive. You know, pervasive means what here? Very big, applicable all over. In auditing, we talk of material and the pervasive, right? We have the concept of existing all over. I like that. Yes. So in this case here, we have, you know, you're repeating yourselves. Up there, we combine the two, We combine the two, which is very, very wrong, 2 points. We are supposed to talk of what here? Similar functions. Similar functions and the universal principles. So similar function is the point number 1. Point number 2, universal what here? Principles. And the universal principles of management are universally applicable. They're universally applicable. They're universally applicable. Right? And then we have, in this case here, number 3, the concept of practical evidence. Practical evidence at all levels of management. Practical evidence at all levels of management. At all levels of management. That management concepts exist in all types, sizes, levels, etc. of organizations. Meaning that managers can easily shift from one company to another company. They can shift from one company to another company and they still get those fundamental principles of management being evident. That evidence of management, even if you move from Africa to, in this case here, Europe, or get in this case here like the CEO of Safaricom, he was in Europe, he came in this case here to Kenya. He's applying those management, universally acceptable principles to run Safaricom. He's able to see evidently whatever he was encountering on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, is being encountered where? Is being encountered on this side, right? So we have here a universal body of knowledge, number 3 or 4, I don't know, universal body of knowledge. So in this case here, basically, because of its universality, we are able to learn similar things, management models globally, right? Yeah, I can see very good points coming in there. The concept of what here? Environment. In this case here, that at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, management is also environmental what here? Oriented, yes. Environmental oriented, right? You'll be told in this case, in this kind of a decision, in this kind of an environment, make these optimal decisions like that. So environmental oriented etc. At least tumepata concept ambao ukienda, ukiulizwa, unaweza ukaongea. Very good. May 2016 question number 3. 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 Management is a science. Management is a science. Justify the above statement. Quite close to the universal applicability of management. Management is a science. Justify the above statement. 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 Thank you very much, Caro. Company science, we have what we call cause and what here? Cause and effect relationship between variables. Cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that, for instance, we know that sales is directly related with what here? Advertising. Sales is directly related with advertising. Advertising. Sales and advertising and adverts, sales and advertising have what we call a causal relationship. If I advertise more, I expect to sell more. So in this case here in management, ladies and gentlemen, if I have effective management, I expect my productivity to go up. So in science, remember science like regression analysis is a scientific model, etc. We have what we call causation, cause and effect relationship. That if you manage your company very well, then automatically you will cause the productivity, employee motive, and that can be proven scientifically. So we have Robert. Before Robert, there was another student who gave us a very good concept there. Yes. So we have in this case here that universal, the principles are universal. So universal principles, this means it's a science, it can be studied. Universal principles are like this. Universal principles, right? Universal principles are like that. Universal principles. Yes, we have tests of what here? Tests of validity. Test of validity, and what here? Predictability. For those of you who have done your MBAs and PhDs, of course, you know, at the end of the day, if, for example, you are doing a doctorate in business administration, management, you're going to come up with a concept paper. You're going to come up in this case here with, for example, a hypothesis and say, in this case here, for example, the null hypothesis, the more I motivate my workers, of course, in this case here, the more the productivity. And then we have what we call the alternative hypothesis, which normally is the opposite of this. So we are able to test our management hypotheses, whether they are valid. We can easily, in this case here, predict using regression. This, of course, tells us that then management is something that is a science, is something that is scientific. Right? I can see messages are coming in here. Yes, involves experimentation and what here? Observation. Involves experimentation and observation. Involves experimentation and, at the end of the day, observation. At the end of the day, observation. Great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, May 2021, question number 5A. Kumbuka mimi nakupatia general ideas ile ambayo utaweza sahau. Yes, Vincent amenikumbusha ingine hapa, which is very important. Again, the concept of what here? Body of knowledge. Body of knowledge, which in this case is universal, that whenever you are doing your thesis, or whatever, you can quote some of the authors in the literature review, right? And whenever you're quoting them, this could be an author you're quoting from America, etc. So I love this. So can we kindly go to May 2021, question number 5A. With regard to contemporary theories of management, discuss 3 categories of Henry Mintzberg. 3 categories. Nana zikumbuka the 3 categories of Mintzberg. Roles of management. Roles of management. I can never forget the first one, which is what here? Interpersonal role. A manager. Lucy amesema ukweli kabisa, informational role. You must be giving information. And then we have the last one, which is the decisional role. Decisional role. So to connect interpersonal, you must be relating with people very well, right? Informational, very good. And then we have what here? Decisional roles. Decisional roles. Mintzberg alipatia story mzuri sana. Hata kazini, ukiangalia most organizations, ladies and gentlemen, don't do very well simply because the kind of leaders that we have there are not able to do what here to exhibit this Mintzberg theory of management, the theory of management, right? So unakuta, like I told you some time back, I read this particular book, which is very good, which talks about what? Which talks about why African ladies don't make very good managers. Why African ladies don't make very good managers. Atukienda kwa kampuni upate CEO ni a lady. Upate deputy ni lady. Upate wengi ni ladies. Hata lady mwingine akija kufanya interview kwa hiyo kampuni anasema hii hapa. Hapana. Mwalimu, are you discriminating? Anasema ukweli ama anasema uongo? Hata wao wenyewe watakwambia hata for presidency hatuwezi yaka a lady. Shida ni nini? Shida ni nini? Cat fights mingi. Moja ni hii interpersonal roles. Most of us ladies, not of course all of us, most of us, tunakuwa na issues sana interpersonal role. The relationships. Yani ukipita namna hii, upate mtu amekuongea vibaya, wewe kitu naweka kwa akili throughout. And you see, as a good manager, you're supposed to have a very thick skin. A very thick skin. Unagwaruza wewe unamwambia tena gwaruza tena hapa. Niongea mbaya tena namna hii. So most ladies are not able to really relate. Utakuta kama ni board of management, there are those people, directors, some ladies chairman, where man of course means both. Where lady chairman anajua wewe siwezi muongelesha, usitaki muongelesha maisha yangu. Unajua ukisema utaongelesha mtu maisha yako yote, hiyo ni mbaya sana. So interpersonal role. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have here informational roles. Of course, ladies do very well in terms of giving out information. Informational role, this is very good. And then we have, in this case here, decisional roles. Even marriages, most marriages break because of this. Unakuta kijamaa kiko na information akipeani. Inafika time ya kwenda make decision over sensitive things, wanaume inakuwa international disaster. Naambiwa choose between A, this is land, na hii B ni kucheza kamari. Wewe unaenda kucheza kamari. So unapata hapa ni international disaster. International disaster, na atataka kuishi na unacheza kamari sahi. Hii miaka sahi. Bara kuwa serious. Now, katika interpersonal roles, ladies and gentlemen, there are those things. In this case here, you have to also look at the breakdown. Are you able to remember the breakdown? You guys, are you able to remember the breakdown of these things? Like figurehead. Are you able to remember? Lucy anasema kunakuwa na wivu mingi. Lucy yako na experience. So we shall overcome. So an interpersonal, tunaambiwa a good leader has to be a great figurehead. Somebody who is respected by everybody in the company, right? A figurehead. Of course, in this case, interpersonal, you must be what here? You must be able to lead a team. People should be able to trust you. And then, of course, we have the concept of what here? Liaison role. How about informational? Informational tuko na spokesman. We have, in this case here, monitor. Kama monitor wa darasa, and then you report. Alafu tuko na disseminator there. Disseminator like that. How about decisional roles? You must have, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, decisional roles. Of course, the first one that I'll never forget here, you must be an entrepreneur. Thank you very much. You must be an entrepreneur. Decisional roles. Liaison basically in the concept of networking, remember? Networking. Yeah. Ensuring, in this case here, that two departments, for example, are able to collaborate, right? To get information from here. Liaison role. right? Thank you very much. I can see somebody talking of disturbance handler. Disturbance handler. Disturbance handler. Disturbance handler. Kama ni wewe ni Kenya Army, for example, and your chief commander. When we have external aggression, you need to know how to handle disturbance. Very, very important. Then we'll say you really need you really know how to make decisions. Yes, we have resource allocator, isn't it? Resource allocator. Yes, resource allocator. Resource allocator. Resource allocator. And then lastly, you must be a negotiator. Nakwambia ukiandika namna hii, ukiziandika hizi vitu namna hii, ukiziandika hizi vitu namna hii, ladies and gentlemen, kama swali ilikuwa na 10 marks, examiner ataenda kupatia ngapi? 15 marks. 15 marks. Of course, you don't just write, you need to keep on explaining a few things here and there. Unaandika na language yako. However, nevertheless, moreover, namna hiyo, so long as uko na idea. Great. Hiyo mlikuwa mmesoma sana, inakaa hiyo mlikuwa mmesoma zaidi. There is this other one that has ever been asked for so long in management, in SG. It used to be called SG. Walikuwa wanauliza differences between management and administration kama ya September 2021. Differences between management and administration. Give me three differences between management and administration. Hiyo wanaulizanga sana. Management and administration, differences between management and administration, differences between management and administration. Please type very fast, type very fast, type very fast. Differences between management and administration, differences between management and administration. Please type very fast as we take a short break. Type very fast. So remember, when you're talking of difference, you must tell us management does this, administration does this. Useme moja peke yake. Useme moja peke. Okay. Mary tells us that management is profit-making, administration is not profit-making. Management is reactive, while administration is proactive. Actually, JC will tupatia opposite. Huyu Liz ndiye amesema ukweli kwamba management is reactive. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, administration is top level. Administration is top level, right? So administration, these guys are the ones, in this case here, who make policies, right? And then managers at all levels, managers now, we try to do what you have to see that these policies are implemented. Administration in profit-making companies, administration is the board. Administration is the board, right? And I would want you to write there that number one, the first difference is that management operates at all levels of an organization. At all levels of an organization. At all levels of an organization. That's why we have top management, mid-level management, low-level management at all levels, whereas administration is considered to be a high-level activity. Like what Mary is telling us there, administration is one layer, which is top layer, and the management is three-layered. Management is three-layered. I love that, right? I like what Zamzam is telling us. Administration lays down the rules, and then management ensures that those rules are followed. Which is the same as what Clement is telling us, that management is involved in executive roles, the doing. And then administration is involved in decision roles. The same with what Felix is telling us here. Management is an execution function, while administration is a decision-making function. And then there is this other important one, which in this case here talks of what here? Management, basically, in most cases, management exists in profit-making organizations. In most cases, management exists in profit-making organizations, whereas administration is found in non-profit making organizations, like the provincial administration, government, etc. So the last one for today, ladies and gentlemen, is November 2020, question number 5, boy. November 2020, question number 5, boy. November 2020, question number 5, boy, is also very popular. Analyze 5 criticisms of Frederick Taylor's scientific management theory. Analyze 5 criticisms of Frederick Taylor's scientific management theory. Scientific management theory. 5 criticisms. Remember, this guy was only after productivity. He did not want us to care. He doesn't want us to care about employees. For him, they had the productivity, they had the reward. Somebody who is not producing anything should get 0. And that is why he spoke of piece rate, system of payment. The more the pieces you make, the more you earn. If you make 0, you get 0. I'm listening. He made a very bad assumption that employees are only motivated with what he rewards, with money, right? No focus. Yeah. He wasn't an impoverished manager, Mary. No. This guy was a task focus. He was a task focus, Mary, thanks for bringing that. This guy was a task focus manager. Labor turnover, of course, because of the employees being taken like machines. Yes. Yes, but now, unfortunately, all of you are just thinking of their employee. You know, the social and human factors, quite unfortunate, yes. To him, it was all about money. He works well with Potter. You guys are now understanding this subject. I told you, this is a subject that you understand in the last 1 week. Actually, next time, never pay for LM at the beginning of the semester. Even your friends, you tell them like that. They should be paying for LM in the last week. Because all along, you've been wasting time. Now, this is the time. You guys will appreciate this subject. Exploitation of workers, true, but all of you are only talking about workers. Kuna moja hamjaongea zaidi, hii concept ya problem of unity of command. Unity of command. Problem of unity of command. Remember, he advocated for functional foremanship. Functional foremanship. Yani kila function ikuwe na foreman. Kila function ikuwe na foreman. Right? Which is okay. But you see, at times you'll get, for example, like now the administration, like now we have the accounting function in the company, right? Accounting function, of course, serves many employees, all employees in the company. So at times, this guy writing to you a letter and he's writing to the immediate boss, right? So kuna problem ya unity of command. Number two, his system emphasized on what here? His system basically is a mechanical approach. It is a mechanical approach. He gave too much importance to efficiency of operations. Efficiency of operations. He did not consider the human element. He considered these workers as robots, which could speed up the work at any cost. I like that, Felix, individualistic approach. He never emphasized on teamwork. Individual performance. The weakening of the trade unions, I would give you a mark. Yeah, according to him, this guy, really there is nothing like labor movement, right? To him, it's you as an individual, work like that, etc. I think we have mentioned most of them, like this wrong assumption of employees, assuming that all employees are moved, or employees are motivated with what here, with cash. Right? Right? The concept of exploitation of workers. What if, ladies and gentlemen, something happens which is beyond the control of these workers in a way that these guys are not able to work at all, they're not able to produce at all? Should they earn zero? Because according to Taylor, it's a cause and effect relationship. If you're not causing any effect to us, you get zero. You get zero. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I had for you for today. Thank you very much.